Everybody doing? Excellent. I got to meet a few of y'all at the beginning. It's very nice to be here with you this evening. My name is Chris Mormon. Welcome to the Red Light Cafe and to Atlanta Magic Night. Thank you. This show is the creation of Joe Turner, Mark Johnson, and Jerry Farber. Joe and Mark are with us this evening, and Mark's going to be performing. And it's been in production since 2014, which makes Atlanta Magic Night Atlanta's longest continuously running magic show. A couple of years ago, Atlanta Magic Night was a finalist in the Best of Atlanta contest that they have every year. And the goal of our show is to bring you each month performers who are pros locally and regionally, and also some up-and-comers. Mainly in the areas of the mystery arts, magic and mentalism. We're grateful to our host, the Red Light Cafe, and to Michael Chamberlain, who's in the back. And please take advantage of the well-stocked libations and refreshments in the back. There will be an intermission between our two acts this evening, and that will be a good time to get rehydrated and also to use the restroom if you'd like to. We will also be having a drawing at the end of the intermission for a pair of tickets to a future Atlanta Magic Night show. And if you will scan the box in front of you, your name will not go on a list to be sold any product. You will not have to subscribe to any newsletter. You will not have to take a tour of any facilities in Hawaii. You will go directly to a link that will allow you just to register for our giveaway midstream. And with that, just by show of hands, how many of y'all, this is your first time to the show? Oh, good. And excellent. Thank you for being here. And who has seen the show before? Okay, just a few people. Okay, so just for starters here, just to get you guys warmed up, we'll start with an empty box. You, sir, if that is your name. You're closer than they are on the way back. Could you just visually verify, just empty box, there are no trap doors, hidden mirrors, bunny rabbits, decks of cards, anything like that? What is your name? Bill, okay. Then how do you explain this? Bill, you had one job. All right. So now that that's over with, we will get to I'm going to introduce your first performer for the evening. His name is Mike Fuller. Mike has performed here, it's been several years ago. He's been a magician his entire life. He hosted the Magic Club TV show on WMAZ out of Macon for 10 years, a while back. He's performed at the Georgia National Fair for 33 years. He's opened for acts like Roy Clark, George Jones, among others, and performed at many private events, trade shows, schools, libraries, theaters. In addition to that, Mike is actively involved and serves at his own church. He's a retired meteorologist and an on-air personality for Channel 13 in Macon. Sometimes incorporates meteorology into his magic performances. Mike's wife, Linda, who is with us this evening, is a realtor with RE/MAX, so a plug for Linda. And together, Mike and Linda have 3 children and 7 grandchildren who refer to Mike as Magic. Magic Mike. And Red Light Cafe would be happy to bring you that show as well. Mike lives with 2 magical bunnies, Cinderella the rescue dog, and several doves. We're thrilled to have him here for you this evening from Macon, Georgia. Please help me welcome Mike Fuller.
What a nice introduction. That was so nice. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Mike Fuller, the magician. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for not leaving when I was introduced. I was booked for this a long time ago, simply because back then I was the only one that didn't have COVID. Anyway, no, let me tell you how this works. Of course, I'm going to do a little bit of magic, and I'm going to occasionally need to get someone to help during the show. But right now, I'm going to tell you how you're all going to help during the show. I'm going to go through and do a magic trick. When I finish the trick, I'm going to say that's the end of that trick. And I want all of you to go, "Aw." Let me hear you. Oh, you're good. You're a lot better than those folks the other day. Then I'm going to say, but I have another trick. And that's when you all go, "Yay." Let me hear you. Oh, you're wonderful. Let's practice. That's the end of that trick. But I have another trick. You're wonderful. Let's start the show. This has, the first one is, I don't know, I just brought this. This is a little bit of class. Don't laugh, it might be all we have. Ooh. We usually have fine music playing. Y'all can hum. That's the end of that trick. But I have another trick. Oh, actually, I'd like to show you the first magic trick I ever saw. The problem is I never learned how to do the trick, but I'd still like to show it to you if that's okay. If you don't mind. I was about 6 years old. I was at a fair, and I saw a magician do a magic trick with 6 cards. And I'd like to show it. It was just terrific. I just never learned how to do it, but it went something like this. The magician had 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. He took away 1, 2, 3 of the cards. But ladies and gentlemen, he still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards left. I thought that was the neatest trick I'd ever seen, so I went to the local magic shop and I asked the magic dealer if he had the trick where the magician has 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. He takes away 1, 2, 3 of the cards, but he still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards left. Magic dealer didn't have the trick. He asked if I could show it to him. I said, well, I can't show it to you because I don't know how it goes. But I do know I once saw a magician do a magic trick with 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. He took away 1, 2, 3 of the cards, but he still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards left. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, the magic dealer didn't have the trick. I haven't seen it since. I need to get all of you to help. If you ever see a trick where the magician has 6 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, and he takes away 1, 2, 3 of the cards, but he still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards left, please let me know. And that's the end of that trick. But I have another trick. Oh, this is like the candle. This is one of those ooh, ah tricks. Go ahead. Stop it. Derek the Daring Dove, take a bow, Derek. Thank you. Stay. And that's the end of that trick. But I have another trick. I would like to teach you how to do a trick. This is one you can all do. Get a piece of rope that looks like this. Actually, I'm just holding both ends and sliding my hand, but it looks neat, doesn't it? That's not the trick. World's fastest knot. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Everybody go, ooh. I'll show you again since you're amazed. World's fastest knot. 1, 2, 3. Here's how you do it. Make sure the short piece is behind your hand. These 2 fingers go down, pinch that, and let it fall off, and you'll have a knot. And it actually works better if you do it fast. 1, 2, 3. But that's not what I want to show you. What I want to show you, I need 2 pieces of rope the same length. take it, fold it in half, which is near the center, and cut, so that I now have two. All right, they're not even. Well, I don't know why people always think that's funny. Anyway. Oh, well, let's go back to a one-rope trick. Sorry. Let me explain, since the two pieces weren't even, the knot isn't in the middle. If you like it in the middle, of course, you can move it. Or we can take the knot off altogether and have a whole piece of rope back. And unfortunately, there's a story that goes with this. Are you a piece of rope? No, I'm afraid not. And that's the end of that trick. But I have another trick. I want to do a money trick. Who has money? You know, I do this show at schools. I've never seen a teacher raise their hand. No, actually, no. Right now, we'll get to that one in a minute. Right now, I want to ask you, what's the best part of television? Come on. That's not nice. I was hoping somebody'd say the weather, but that's all right. Best part of television, the commercials. I mean, think about it. They spend more money on commercials than they do the production of shows or anything. I have a commercial for you. You can all do this. At some point, get a dollar bill. Take the dollar bill into the bank of your choice. Take it up to a teller. Tell the teller that Mike Fuller, the magician, told you if you brought a dollar by, you heard they could turn it into big money. Y'all do that. That's not what I want to show you. Actually, I do want to show you something, though, that uses money. There. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to take 4 Taiwanese coins. I'm going to take the coins one at a time and toss them magically, invisibly through the air. The coins will then magically, invisibly through the air pass through this large glass into this little glass without breaking either glass. 4 Taiwanese coins magically through the air. So if I could just borrow 4 Taiwanese coins. You know, it's funny, I always have to bring my own. I never have figured it out. I do have the 4 coins. And they are Taiwanese. They're a little bit larger than quarters, a little smaller than $half. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm also going to show you something you usually don't, that magicians don't usually do, and that is tell you how a trick works. I'm going to take one of the coins. It's going to go up my sleeve, short sleeves, around my back, down this sleeve, into this little glass. Everybody go ahead and go, ooh. With one of the coins. On the count of 3. 1, 2. Wait a second, it's stuck. There. Now, we're going to do it, and I'm not going to touch the glasses. I'll cover the small glass with the large glass. Take one of the coins, magically, invisibly through the air on the count of 3. 1, 2. And that is 1. Now, I can do this one of 2 ways. One is the way I just did it, and the other way is with everybody clapping. Once again, on the count of 3. 1, 2. Thank you. That one. The next one's a little harder. Instead of going directly through the side of the glass, I'm going to try and go, well, we'll just take it and toss it and let it fly around and come back like that. The last one is the hardest one of all, because instead of going through the side, we're going to take this and try and go through the bottom, which is now the top, but it's the thickest part of the glass. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of that trick. But I have another trick. I need to borrow a very expensive ring. Okay, we can start the line right over here. No, I'm kidding. There's a lady right out here I noticed had a thumb ring. Who has on a thumb ring? You have a what? You have a thumb ring? Can I borrow it? Excuse me, may I borrow it? Give her a big hand. Yay, come on up here. Hi, come on up. Right over here. Let me have the ring, first of all. Ooh, that's nice. I wouldn't have brought that up here. And I definitely wouldn't have given it to me. Hi, what's your name?
Chris.
Chris. Chris, have we ever met before?
No.
No. And yet I asked for somebody to bring me an expensive ring, and you, yeah, I've got one, yeah. No, that was nice of you. I wouldn't have brought this up here, though. Chris, I want you to watch. This is kind of fun. This is sleight of hand. We're not going to do that, Chris. We're going to take good care of her ring. We're going to hold on. I need a couple of things here. We need that, and did I lose my paper? Well, hold on. Could you give me one of those out? There's just a tissue paper in there, if you would, please. I don't know what happened to the other one. That's all right. Whatever you guys do. Thank you. No, that's more than one. This will work. Is the ring real?
Yes.
I wouldn't have brought that up here. But anyway, it's safe now. I'll take this back. Thank you. Chris, there's always a chance something could go wrong, you know, in which case I have a little consolation prize for you. It's a little can of fancy, mind you, salted mixed nuts. You hold on to that, and just in case. But no, the trick will probably work this time. I also have a little box tied with a ribbon. Can you say a ribbon? Say it better than I can. A little box tied with a ribbon. Chris's beautiful ring that she shouldn't have brought up here, wrapped in protective tissue paper. And Chris has a can of salted mixed nuts. Chris, I know you're a little apprehensive. Don't be. I want to show you, even fire can't hurt your ring. Folks, don't try this at home. Go next door and try it. I need for a lady to bring me a ring. No, really, I hardly ever mess it up twice. If I could get a lady to bring me a ring, I am so sorry, Chris. I don't really have, well, you've got the consolation prize. If you would, please, I guess you need to open that. I'll stand over here. Oh, wow, run. Run, it's a fierce snake. These usually come out in May. It's a spring snake. You'll use it. Chris, is there anything else in there?
Yeah, there's a key.
What?
A key.
See, this is an educational show. That's Spanish. A key. You have to work with me some, folks. And technically, the key is on a
Ring.
There you go. But it's not the right ring.
No,
Let me take the box by me. Yeah, I'll take that back. You keep the ring and the key. I don't have anything that requires a key. What I have is a little box tied with a... What in the world could be inside? Well, you could cut the tension with a knife. Look, Chris, it's another box tied with a... What do you think's inside? A bird. That's good. We have another box. What do you think's inside? Oh, you've seen it before. This one isn't tied with a ribbon. This one has a little lock on it. Would you take the box, see if the key fits, keeping in mind if it doesn't, this trick's pretty much over. And so am I, probably. It usually works, Chris.
There we go.
Okay, I'll take the lock and the key. Thank you. Now, act surprised.
Oh, wow.
She really is surprised. Give Chris a big hand. Thank you so much. That one's so embarrassing when it doesn't work. Well, that's the end of that trick. But I have another trick. What are we going to do? What fun. What fun. I want to get another lady to come up here. Let's get someone that doesn't mind. You're not going to be embarrassed. You're not going to be embarrassed. Come on. It'd be nice one day if somebody'd raise a hand. But, see, no. Someone, anyone? Come on. I promise you won't be embarrassed. Oh, well. Come on, right here. Yay. I may be embarrassed, but you... Take your wife. I know. This is great. Yay. Hi. What's your name?
Mandy.
Mandy. Everybody say hi, Mandy. Mandy, you are kind to come up and help me. You are going to help me with something that you're really too young to know what this is. Matter of fact, everybody here, you're still, trust me, most people do not know what this is because they're too young. Ready? What is it? Bingo. Very good. It is. And you know, for those who don't know, you know what a parasol is? It's two sols. This is an educational show. This one, Mandy, is made of old silk and needs to be kept in a very safe place. Show you the safe place I have. Hold on. This is a newspaper. We're going to roll it. I know. Roll it up. Soon I'll have to be rolling it up in a television. All right, Mandy, I have something else, and this is where you're going to help me. I have an old laundry bag. Guess what's inside? Old laundry. No, I'm joking. We have inside all different colored silk handkerchiefs. I want you to hold these. Don't drop them. They'll break. We have yellow, orange, lavender, blue, white, and there, red. That's close. Not necessarily in that order. If you would, please fold those up like they were and put them back. I'm just kidding. Just put them in there. One day somebody's really going to do it, though. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I don't know why this works like this, but the most amazing thing happens when the laundry bag comes near the parasol. We'll see if this works. Yeah, I have no idea why. Mandy, would you please hold this like that? And let's take a look. That's not good. We can't leave it like that. Hold on. Let's see if we can do something. Hold on. We'll put this back in the newspaper. And we'll fold this up and put it back in the laundry bag. Like this. Once again. On the count of three. Once, twice, thrice. Thrice isn't a real word. Let's see if it worked. There we go. You can, all of those. And then let's take a look over here. Hopefully, we have the parasol bag. Give Mandy a big hand for helping me. But don't go anywhere. You're going to help me with something else. Ooh. Put this up. You're late. I hope you brought a note. Let's see. Thank you. I have two things left to show you. You were hoping it was one, right? No, actually, let me get this ready. I'm going to teach you how to do one as I'm talking without a microphone. Okay, right? This in here. All right. Mandy, you and I are going to do another magical illusion. I'm going to teach everybody how to do this one. Now, hold on. Just hold this. Just you can hold it by one hand, or one hand. That's perfect, right there. I'm going to teach you how to do a magic trick. Just all I ask is that you not tell anybody how it works. I'll show you the trick, and then I'll explain how it works. Mandy's going to help. Here's the trick. I show my hands empty. I reach into my pocket and find, if I can find it, a red silk handkerchief. I take the red silk handkerchief and push it into my fist like this. It's all right. You're doing great. I get the audience to say the magic words. Have a banana. Please, very good. Whatever. And now, instead of a red silk handkerchief, we have an egg. Now, that's the trick. I told you I was going to explain how it works, and I will. All I ask is don't tell anybody how it works. Here's how the trick works. It's not a real egg. It's a little hollow wooden egg with a hole in it, and that's where the handkerchief goes. Stop it. I have the little hollow wooden egg in my pocket. I take the along with the red silk handkerchief. I show my hands empty. They really are. I reach into my pocket to get the red silk handkerchief, but what else do I get? I get the little hollow wooden egg, but I keep it professionally palmed. It also helps if you have a handkerchief in front of your hand. I take the red silk handkerchief, push it into my fist, supposedly into my fist, but where is it going really? In a little hole, little hollow wooden egg. Get it all the way in. Get the audience. Say the magic words. Please, I like that one. That's good. And show everybody what looks like a real egg. Now, there is a problem. Sometimes people on the sides can see the hole, or they can see the handkerchief sticking out. Here's what you do if that happens. You take the hole and peel it off. And you show everybody that was a real egg the whole time. Thank you, Mandy. Give her a big hand. And that is the end of that trick. But I have one last trick. This is, come here. Derek the Daring Dove. Take a bow, Derek. Thank you. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Hold on. We're going to try something. Here again, don't try this at home. You can start the music up. You've been a great audience. Thank you all for coming out tonight. Mark's up in just a few minutes. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
I'm looking for 867-5309. Jenny, Jenny, who can I turn to? That's right. Your next performer this evening has long been one of my favorites to watch in this venue and in others. Mark is a mind reader and a mentalist. He's performed all over North America. He's a member of the invitation-only Psychic Entertainers Association, as well as the International Brotherhood of Magicians. As I mentioned in the beginning, Mark is one of the co-founders and creators of Atlanta Magic Night. So please join me in welcoming and prepare to be amazed by Mark Johnson.
Thank you very much, everybody. It's great to be here. I do have one thing I'd like to tell you about before we begin the show. My partner, Joe Turner, just returned from London where he performed for the exclusive Magic Circle. And that's quite an honor for Joe, and he performed twice. Is that right, Joe? Yes. And then he just returned from Pittsburgh from the International Brotherhood of Magicians Convention, International Conference, where he was inducted into the Order of Merlin, which is a very high honor, so let's give him a hand. My name is Mark Johnson, and I am a mentalist. That means that I'll tell you what you're thinking. Don't worry. I promise if I pick up on something very, very funny, I won't tell, unless it's really, really funny. And the other thing is, when you talk about mentalism, people start thinking about black magic and the occult, and nothing could be further from the truth. This is very lighthearted and fun, right after the goat sacrifice. Now, what I would like to do is talk a little bit about how people are predictable. You have seen this list of numbers up here since the show started. And I predict that some of you have already added them up to make sure I had the right total. Now, who did that? There we go. There's one and some others that won't admit it. Very well. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to make a prediction, which we will hold for later. All right, there's my prediction, and we'll get back to that in a minute. This microphone sort of flips down. Now, what I want to do is we are going to create 3 random numbers. 3 numbers that probably have never been created before in this order. And we're going to do that by choosing digits from my numbers right here. So what I want you to do, sir, it's an easy job. Name a number in the first 3 rows, in the first row. 9. 1 in the second row. 1 in the third row. Likes those 8s. All right, in the next row? 1. And in the final row? 8. Got a lot of 8s. All right, Thomas, right? Would you give me one of these 2 numbers?
4.
And these?
7.
And this one?
5. 5. 5.
All right, 3 5s. And I'll put in the last final ones, which is 8, 4, 3, 4, and 3. Now we have in the audience some mathematicians with a cell phone who'll be happy to add those 3 numbers up for me, or we can do it the hard way. You're going to do it for me? Okay. You want me to call them out? Almost got it? What is it? 230? 230,716. 230,716. As I told you a minute ago, I made a prediction and that people are predictable. Yes, they are. But wait, how predictable are you? Because it's the 23rd year, the 7th month, and the 16th day. Rebecca, my wife Rebecca, give her a hand. She puts up with a lot. Would you please give this book to the nice gentleman sitting right there? Right here in the second row. This is a novel that is going to be a bad Netflix movie. What I want you to do is to take the book and turn to any page you like. You can flip through it and see if you like one. And I want you to pick out a nice, long word. Nothing short. Don't tell me. Just a nice, long word. Got one? All right. Does it start with an S? You get what you pay for. What does it start with? R. Concentrate on the word. This is a word that describes a job, what somebody does. Is that right? Long word. Got a P in it? Mm-hmm. And a T? In fact, it has two T's. But that's the only letters that are repeated. So it's a word that's a long word that describes what somebody does for a living or a job. And what is the word? Receptionist. That's a wonderful word. Okay. One of the things I love about Joe Turner, besides the fact that he's a fabulous magician and has a great family who's here with him tonight, it will work?
I changed the battery and now everything's fine.
You changed the battery and now everything's fine. I think I'm going to stick with this for a minute and then I'll put it on. But Joe is not only a magician, but he's also a mind reader. He's also a memory expert. If he has gone through the crowd tonight, you'll be amazed at how many people he knows by name. So what I would like to do is invite you to come up here. And if you need glasses, bring them. I have a copy here of The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes this is not, of course, all of them, but it's some of his stories. And Joe has these great memory feats. Come stand right over here. These great memory feats. You can come up here. That's all right. hang on to that and make sure it's got stories in it. And he has can recall them, names and people's, everything. You'd be amazed. I can't do that, but I want to do something. So I got the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes and decided that what I would do is memorize something on each page so that when you call out a page number, I can tell you what's on that page. Okay? So I want you to turn and face the wall.
All right.
And I'm going to stand right back here. And I want you to turn to any page in the book.
All right.
You got it? Got a page?
Yes.
Tell me what the page number is.
31.
31. Okay, let's see if I can remember what's on page 31. Joe will be proud of me if I pull this off. Ordinary plumber's smoke rocket. I remember that. On page 31 at the top. Is that right?
Oh, God, yes.
Oh, God, yes. All right, well, that's a good start. Then he said, I'm to remain neutral.
Yes.
He did say, I'm to remain neutral. That's really good. Now, let's see. That is excellent. Does he say that?
That is eczema?
Excellent, not eczema. If Arthur Conan Doyle has eczema in a Sherlock Holmes story, I'll be amazed. Sorry if I mispronounced it, yes. And somewhere in there's the word disappointing.
Yes.
All right, so how did I do?
Excellent.
Okay, you can turn back around. Now, what we have here is that you think I cheated.
I don't care.
You don't care. Well, anyway, my book's blank.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
That was awesome.
Well, while we're working with books, let's see here. Oh, I know what I want to do. And I didn't take it out of the case. The wallet with the dollar bills in it. Yeah, no, it's down there. You got your hand on it. This one right here. Now, we're going to need 3 people. Thomas, I've already used you, but you can come up here anyway. Would you, sir, come up here? Yeah. And you can come up here. Yes, you. If you need your glasses, you're going to have to read a serial number off of a dollar bill. Oh, see, that's good. Line up. Let me move this back here. And just line up right along here. Now, one of the things that we know about American currency is that every bill is different because they each have individual serial numbers. And what I want to do is to take random pieces of real U.S. currency. You'll see how protective I am of this to know that I am really U.S. currency. It's not much, but I take what I can get. And we're going to take some parts of 3 serial numbers and create our own serial number. So here's how we're going to do that. Take one of the $1 bills. Only one. And I've got some 2s here, so take one of the 2s. And you can take another 1, any one you like.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Now, let me get my pad. They are new. Let's see here. Rebecca, will you scribe for me? What I would like for you to do is to call out the first letter and the first 3 numbers on your bill.
Okay. G720.
The 4th and 5th numbers.
The 4th and 5th numbers, all right.
No, look again.
1, 2, 3, 4 and 8. I'm sorry.
4 and 8. And the last three numbers in the letter.
883A.
All right, we got 883A. Well, I'll take my money back because you never know. No, honest. I know. Thank you very much. You can have a seat. Okay. Here we go. G720 48883A is our imaginary serial number that we created from 3 real pieces of American currency. Well, earlier today I made a prediction and I wrote it down. G720 48883A. And there is your serial number. All right. Let's go back to the books. We have fun with books. I tell you what, if you can give me 2 minutes, I'm going to put on this headset mic. It'll take but a second. Thank you, Michael, for showing my lack of batteries. If I'd used some of that money I used in the last routine, just think, I could have had batteries. Here's a book that no one should read. I have not read it. It's called The One That Got Away. More with Friends. Could you come up here for a minute, please? Yes, ma'am. You'll need your glasses. Now, what I want you to, what is your name?
My name's Gwen.
Gwen. Give Gwen a hand. All right, Gwen. Here's that awful book. Now, what I want you to do is say stop.
Stop.
Okay, good. Now, first of all, remember what page it's on. That's important. Don't tell me, but all right. And look at the top 2 sentences and think about them. Just what it's about. You don't have to remember it
Okay.
word for word. Concentrate. It has to do with a meal.
Yes.
It does?
Yes.
Is the word toast in there?
Yes.
It's about somebody preparing toast
It
or breakfast or something like that.
Yes.
Okay. Now you're sure of that.
I was.
What page number were you on?
111.
111. To make sure you have the right thing, go to page 111.
This is a Harlequin romance.
A Harlequin romance.
Lovely.
111. What?
It's gone.
What do you mean it's gone? You just read it.
I realize that. Someone has torn it out.
This envelope has been up here since the show started. Open it up.
You okay?
What is it?
It's page 111.
Sort of fills things in, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, let's give Gwen a hand. She found page 111.
Thank you. That was wonderful.
Thank you very much. All right. This is what my late friend Bob Cassidy called old-fashioned mind reading. So we're going to have some fun with this. Now, if I stumble coming down the steps, it's because of knee surgery, so everybody be real sympathetic when you see me fall on my ass. I'm going to choose you as my first subject. Did you go to, no, you don't need to. You might later, but you don't have to. Did you go to elementary school around here?
No,
Where did you go to elementary school?
Orland Park, Illinois.
Illinois. All right. Well, do you remember some of the people you were in elementary school with?
Yes.
Or you could make it up. You don't have to tell the truth. But you do remember a name, perhaps? Okay. What I want you to do is to take this piece of paper and this very expensive Walmart pencil, open it up all the way, and write down the name of the person from elementary school, and then fold it back up and hang on to it. Did you have a dog when you were growing up? Cat, snake? You did have a dog, and you remember the dog. There's a piece of paper, open it up, and if you don't mind, write down the name of the dog on the piece of paper and fold it back up. You got it?
Yep.
All right, hold on a minute. You were all laughing uproariously. I'm not sure I like that. I'm going to put it back in the envelope, the one that you were laughing at. With her? Oh, okay. I'm going to put it in the envelope because I have dexterity. I have put it in the envelope. Would you please take the envelope and seal it? You can lick it once. It doesn't matter. Just hang on to it. And if you'll put yours in the envelope and seal it and hang on to it, I'd appreciate it. Now I need an artist. Are you my artist?
Yes, I could be.
Yes, you can. I want you to take the envelope and the pencil and open up the envelope like so. And draw me a picture. Anything. It can be, a square. I don't care, but it doesn't have to be anything real special. But just draw me a picture.
Okay.
And fold it up and put it back in the envelope. I'll take your elementary school. All right. Go back to the dog. Thank you very much. Did you seal it?
I tried.
It's not sealing, is it? All right. How are we doing with my art? Well, she got it. Thank you very much. Here comes my lovely wife, who's going to do what you all are suspecting he's going to do, is make me stand up the stairs. Rose, I want you to watch those. Don't give them to anybody. I'll ask for them by number. Ah, look at that. The person that you went to elementary school. I'm not picking up on the first name, but I am picking up on some part of the last name, because you wrote two names, didn't you? And you're going to have to help me fill it in because I cannot pick up on what the first name was. Hand me the first envelope there. Thank you. Well, I got part of it right. What was the name? Rosie Elwood. I got wood. Let's move on to the dog. What kind of dog was it? Rottweiler. Good dogs. Good dogs. Did you name the dog? Let's see how we did. Let me see number 2. It says here that the dog's name was Rocky. It's a wonderful name for a dog. And now I need my artist to join me on stage. I don't need the third envelope, but you can let me have it. So, and what I want you to do is to take this equally as expensive Walmart pad and this black marker. Did I put it down? Yes. Stand right over here, face the wall, that's good, and draw the picture again. Artists at work. Draw this picture a lot. Do you draw this picture a lot? No? No. Let me know when you have it. You have it. Would you please turn and show it to everybody? Let me see. Oh, yeah, that's lovely. Thank you very much. I won't ask you what it is. All right. I went to a small school in LaGrange, Georgia for college, LaGrange College. And while I was there, I had 3 achievements that I was very proud of. I was editor of the school yearbook. I was editor of the newspaper, but I passed Math 103, which was my crowning achievement in my college career. But in the math class, we had a professor that was captivated by numbers, of course. And he showed us things you could do with numbers. And when I started doing mentalism, I thought back to what he had done. And I want to show you something that's called a magic square. Now, in order to do this, I need for somebody to give me a good, strong 2-digit number, and I like them between 30 and 95. So it doesn't matter what the number is. What number would you like? Pardon? 47. Everybody okay with 47? Let's see what happens. All right, a magic square. What does a magic square do? Well, our number was 47, right? Right pocket's got the red markers. All right, 8, 11, 27, and 1. 47. 26, 2, 7, and 12. 3, 29, 9, and 6. 10, 5, 4, and 28. But once you start, because 8, 26, 3, and 10 also is 47. 11, 2, 29, and 5 is 47. 27, 7, 9, and 4 is 47. And 1, 12, 6, and 28 is 47. But why stop there? Because 8, 2, 9, and 28 is 47. And 1, 7, 29, and 10. But you get started, and it's hard to quit because this quadrant also adds up to 47. So does this one. So does this one. And so does that one. And, just for old time's sake, the middle one does too. But, because you're here tonight, 8, 10, 28, and 1 adds up to 47, and that's worth a hell of a lot more than a C- in Math 103. I'm Mark Johnson. Thank you very much. It's been great to have you.
Keep it going for Mark Johnson.